So you guys are presented with this man who just clearly been fighting this thing for a little while. But he has defeated it, and he is standing there looking at you guys. He hasn't said anything yet, and he just used some sort of ability to telekinetically throw this monster away.
And you said he's wearing armor?
He is wearing armor.
He
is wearing
military, or?
It has a military edge to it. Like I said, there's this little spot where the visor is. It's a sealed unit though.
Oh,
like there's no visible seam that you can see.
So he's like Iron Man-esque?
A little bit, except he is wearing like a coat over it, like a trench coat kind of thing.
Gotcha.
The armor is like a deep, like wine red kind of color in some spots, like in the legs. The chest plate is gold, like a muted gold, not like super shiny.
Gotcha.
And like I say, it's got like a big coat on the lining on the coat is that same kind of color red that the pants
Aster, does Rami have any telekinetic abilities that you know of?
You know, that did cross my mind, actually. He's a secret superhero, but no.
No, okay.
Do any of you approach this person?
I will.
Okay. He also walks towards you. In addition, do you have your sword out?
I have my chain drive sword.
He does not pull his sword back out.
Okay.
And as he is approaching, the mask portion of it starts to kind of pull back. Not like in a weird like skin pulling back way.
Like a visor.
Like a visor, kind of like, like the Infinity War Endgame Iron Man armor, where it's kind of that like kind of pulls back kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But it only goes to about here. It doesn't pull all of it back down to his head, just it kind of uncovers his face. And it's a guy.
Is he hot?
He's a pretty good looking dude too. He's clearly one of those guys that spends a lot of time giving himself a perpetual 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, okay.
Unlike, Michael, who has one too, but his is clear just because he shaves like once a week and then lets it grow back and then he shaves it again. Like this guy clearly is sculpting his 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, so, okay.
Like he takes time. He has a trimmer somewhere at home specifically to keep a 5 o'clock shadow forever.
Perfect. Thank you for that clarification.
You're welcome.
I see Astrid like approach. So like I follow loosely behind.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
I ask, who are you?
The name's Trevor. I was responding to an SOS. I happen to be in the area, responding to this SOS, and looks like you guys got to it first.
Yes, we're escorting these survivors back to our ship. Where did you land?
I landed, he points kind of in the same direction where you guys came from. But probably in a different spot of it. So that's probably why Vasquez and Rami, because Vasquez has no idea how to operate ship-like sensors at all. So she would have had no idea that someone else landed there. And Rami, as far as you know, has no idea how to look at ship sensors either.
Are you alone?
Yes, I'm by myself.
Okay.
Well, one of our crew members detected other biotech facilities here that could have survivors. Might be worth checking those out.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea. I mean, they are causing chaos and carnage all across the galaxy. Do you want any additional help escorting these people? And as he's saying that, HK pipes up and says, is this a friendly meat bag? Or is this a meat bag that needs to be exterminated?
We're still figuring that out, HK.
That's a good question, HK. Please hold.
Don't say that in front of him.
No.
That's
Trevor.
please hold. He added the clarification.
Trevor.
Yes.
So you heard HK.
I mean, I was coming here to rescue these people, so I'm glad you guys did too. My ship's not big enough for all these people. I'm going to take a couple off your hands at least, but I mean, I won't be able to take all of them.
How many can you take?
About 10.
10? Okay.
Where are you coming from?
That's classified.
By whom?
My planet.
Are you an agent of said planet?
Yeah.
I feel like we should negotiate in the safety of our ship, perhaps. Why don't we keep moving?
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
Trevor,
idea.
come with us.
Okay. The mask comes back on. You can still hear him. Like it just sounds more mechanical sounding now, though. There's definitely like a bass boost added into it, so he sounds a little more intimidating. But clearly, it's just a side effect of the armor. It's not him like choosing to like have that. It's just how the armor functions.
Sure, no, you've made very clear what vibe we're getting off this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I want to, as we're moving, like, I assume that would you guys continue to like engage and talk with him, or just kind of watch
could.
silently?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to have, while that's happening and he's not paying attention, I want to have Nelly start to scan his armor and see if we can figure out what's going on with it.
Nelly pipes up and says, "Well, boss," because I remembered his voice.
You did.
Oh,
I can't make heads or tails out of what this armor is. It's blocking me.
Oh, no. Okay. Thanks for trying.
No problem, boss. I'm gonna figure out something else to do.
If you can you find see if we have any records or any identifying markers as we landed of biotech buildings and mark them on the map so that we can know which way to go?
Oh, hell yeah. I've already got that figured out.
You're awesome,
And
Nelly. You're the best.
It pops up
Yes.
all over the place.
Meanwhile, out of earshot of Trevor, I say, HK for now, he's a friendly meatbag. But keep an eye on him when you can. If he makes any attempt at violence to any of the survivors or crew, you have permission to do your fun violence on him.
Understood.
Do your fun violence. I'm sure that's like the best way he could have heard that too.
Understood. I will keep an eye on him. And
I feel like he's not going to be subtle.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm watching you.
Wait, yeah, be subtle about it. Be subtle.
well, yeah, he started marching up to Trevor, but then he kind of takes a few steps back. He was getting ready to walk like next to him and just stare at him the whole time.
my
But he takes a few steps back, but he is still like his head is just laser focused in on him now.
What kind of eyes does HK have?
They're like little slits.
Okay, so they're not big round
no.
orbs.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys, the walk back. Fortunately, HK did a very good job on the return trip. Nothing happens to you guys on the way there. Though as you're walking by, you do see Trevor's ship. It's a far trader, which is just like a regular old trading ship. Which it's a far trader because that means it has the jump 2 drive, so it can actually go the same way as you. Though you do know, because it is a trading vessel, it should have a lot of cargo space available. But it sounds. Do you want to ask? Because you guys know what a far trader and free traders are.
Yeah,
so
because he said he can only take
10 more people. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are you holding in that ship of yours?
Now that I think about it, you're right. I was just thinking of my staterooms. I only have 10 staterooms in this thing. I mean, I could probably, now that I think about it, yeah. I mean, it won't be comfortable, but I guess I could probably take all these people.
But we don't really have the room either. We don't even have the staterooms, honestly. We would just be transporting them in the cargo room.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I guess I can take these. I mean, I'll need some time to set up bunks and things like that, but I mean, I have the supplies for that. Yeah, that should be doable. Probably take a couple hours, but.
Where are you taking them?
That's what I was going to, well, let's ask them. Where do they have anywhere in mind that they were hoping to go? Or are they okay with just going to the nearest system that they can seek out from there?
General consensus is they just want to go to the nearest non-zombified system in friendly space and figure out their own way from there.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Do they want to stay together? Like if we were to split them between 2 ships, would they prefer that both ships end up at the same destination?
well, Trevor just said he'd be able to take everyone.
Take all of them.
It just won't be. I mean, it'd be the same situation like in your ship.
What if I don't trust Trevor?
I mean, some people look between the 2 ships. Some of like the kids are a little more excited about your guys' ship because it's a different looking ship than what they're used to seeing, like with the models and stuff like that, and
And it's painted
and things.
pretty.
And it does have the Cosmic Orca paint job. But so yeah, I mean, some people are more than willing to go on that ship, and some people are more than willing to go on Trevor's as well. Though Trevor does agree to decide on the same system to go to,
cool.
and that way just drop everyone off at the same time, and then you guys can you guys can just go your separate ways from there.
I think it makes the most sense to do as close to an even split as we can. Families notwithstanding, so we're making sure to keep people together. But that way, we're maximizing the available space for the people that end up on each one.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it's just for the sake of convenience. It's about half and half on each one, so kind of lessens it up a bit. But Trevor's like, I mean, I've got some bots on the ship; they'll take care of all that, setting up the bunks and everything. And as he says that, Nellie comes into your earpiece and says, "Hey, boss, there's another SOS coming from one of the biotech buildings I marked on the map. Might be more survivors. Could also be a trap because it's biotech. But it's up to
Nelly.
you if you want to take the chance."
Well, we were hoping to investigate some of the biotech things, and I'll relay this and let you guys know. Hey, there's another SOS signal. This one's coming from a biotech facility, though. And we had talked about going to investigate them anyway, but Nelly pointed out this could be a bit of a trap.
But on the off chance it's not, there are people that need help.
It could be. It also could just be their way of weeding out people. That's kind of what their whole thing is, right? Is trying to figure out who can survive.
Right, I do think that the attack originated probably from a drop, just like dropped it on the planet. I don't think it was an internal thing.
All right.
But we might glean information from heading to the biotech and if there's an SOS. I was wondering, though, as opposed to walking kilometers over there, could we take the ship and drop ourselves onto the roof? I don't know about the logistics of ships in atmosphere.
I would say I don't think there's any reason we couldn't. I don't know that I feel comfortable putting the civilians closer to harm's way. We've seen some of these things jump pretty high.
And also, someone have to stay behind and pilot the ship.
Right, because no other pilots are right. All right. This would be nice if we had a car, but we talked about
we're going to get a nice car. The captain promised.
We are going to get a nice car.
And Adventures
Yeah, we're going to
End.
get a nice car. Well, we also now have Trevor, who apparently can move enemies with a gesture of his hand.
Maybe the survivors stay here and we fly over in Trevor's ship if he's willing.
How long would it take us to get there on foot?
20 minutes.
Okay.
We're just exposed to anything that would be hostile along the way that HK hasn't already eradicated.
That's true.
Yeah, was that in a path that HK has cleared?
He got like a good chunk of it, and that's actually where he was before
Okay.
the perimeter was shortened.
So we can have HK stay here, protect with Vasquez and protect the civilians, and we can make our way with Trevor.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, HK has no problem protecting the meat bags.
Okay, yeah. So like HK, we're about to move to another biotech lab to respond to another SOS. Please protect the survivors on both ships.
Understood. As there's children like claiming on HK, like the little kids, and he's just letting it happen. He seems to have a soft spot for children for some reason.
Oh, he's a little bit endearing now.
And there's the people who are like looking at the ship, like as they're just kind of like processing their trauma. They're touring the cosmic orca basically because they've never seen a ship like that.
Is
Fortunately,
Vasquez giving the tour?
No,
Okay.
she just made sure all the stuff was like security locked.
Honestly, I could see Rami going
Yeah, I
into
could
ambassador
too.
mode.
yeah,
and being
Rami would be doing it.
the perfect eloquent host.
Yes,
Yes.
Rami would be giving the tours for sure.
Yes.
So yeah, the five of you then, Trevor included, you guys can start making your way to this building. 20 minutes. Yep. HK was correct. Yeah, HK did a really good job, clearing out this area before he shortened his perimeter terms. And you guys actually make it little issue to this place. It's a big, pharmaceutical. It's a big big skyscraper basically. Probably easily 40 floors, in height.
You said like a pharmaceutical company?
Kind of like that, yeah. That's what biotech is. It's what their face was anyway, was that. But yeah, you guys are in front of the building now. So
Does the SOS come with a message? Do we know where?
just a generic kind of help us.
Okay.
Any specific floor it's coming from that we can tell, or is it just in the building?
It is probably the signal source appears to be about 10 stories up.
Okay.
There are no zombies around the building. There are a lot of dead ones with laser holes.
I was about to
burned
say,
into them.
have we seen any?
You've seen his
military-
handiwork.
No,
military.
any
I
of
know
the
what you
military
want.
presence.
Not out here.
Okay.
You see the Marine he took the carbine from, but that is the only one that is there.
Gotcha.
Is the front door unlocked?
You have to pry it open, but yes, it does open up.
Okay.
So the 5 of you step in, and as you do,
That was me stepping into the
okay.
building.
it's relatively dark. There are a couple like terminal lights on, but they're not doing anything. So you guys, you have your shoulder mounted flashlights or whatever on, scanning around. You don't see anything shambling around in here. But as you guys walk further in, all 5 of you, suddenly the doors that you guys came in from slam shut.
Yep, there it is.
And then the shutters then come down. And then the lights all turn on.
It's a trap.
What do we see?
A big lobby. But nothing happens yet.
I just turn around and try to open the door again.
Astrid, can you cut
There is no
through
door.
The
shutter
shutters?
came down.
Can you cut through the shutters with your chain?
Can I cut down the shutters with my sword?
When you attempt to do it, the chains bounce kind of on it, like it's bouncing on it. Like you probably could, but you'll probably burn the engine out on the sword before that happens.
Cannot cut through.
Okay. Expandable shield opens.
What's
But
is Trevor's sword similar to the commander's?
So, I mean, from what you can tell, no, it is not similar. But clearly there's something up with it.
Yeah, I was like, did Trevor, you think you might be able to try to cut through this?
I will certainly give it a try.
or we could proceed.
He pulls
Through
out the
the
sword
building.
Proceed with a available exit.
and he rails it back up and he strikes it and he bounces off of it.
Fun.
It's like, that's never happened before.
Well, guess there's no way to go but up.
All right, let's go.
Yep.
What is the inside? Is it like clean and
Yes.
put together?
It is It is unnervingly clean in this big lobby. And it is like stark white and boring.
Okay.
There's not even a potted plant.
Is there
Oh.
a reception desk?
There is.
Is there a PC in it?
It is off. It is disconnected.
Disconnected as in like there's no way to power it back up?
Someone actually cut the cable.
Lovely.
But what about the hard drive?
Yeah. Can I remove the hard drive?
Yeah, you can take it with you.
Okay.
That's easy. No one thought that far ahead. They were very short-sighted in that.
Here we go.
I want to
Take the games
find.
off it.
This is an office building. There's
turn the
got to be
games
some
on
PCs
it.
that survived. I want to find one and get a directory. If we can find a individual who's high enough up in the company that was sitting here, we may be able to find some information when we find where they were sitting.
So as you're talking, you hear a noise you didn't expect to hear on this planet. The ding of an elevator.
I knew it.
And the doors, you can see it, like you can see in it, and the doors open up.
This is an invitation.
It's an empty elevator.
We're being shepherded wherever they want us.
I just sigh and go,
I feel like
Squid,
we're
I
along
told
for
you
the
this
ride.
was a trap. And then I
Oh, so
go
did
ahead and
Nelly.
walk in. I'm totally messing with you. I'm the one who was like, there could be people.
Well, and I just stepped in without
Yeah.
consulting the group.
Well, it wasn't right away. Like you walked a good ways in. Before,
the three of us are sitting there talking like, should we even do it? She's on the elevator like, what is taking so long?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that part, yeah.
What floor? No, the building.
Yeah,
But
yeah. When you walk into the elevator, as soon as the fifth one of you gets in there, the doors close, and then it just starts to go up.
Trevor, do you know anything about this?
No,
Any elevator music?
no, it is dead silent.
It's just someone whistling.
Yeah. 2,000 years in the past, someone gets real mad. But so yeah, goes up. It goes well beyond the 10th floor. It is going all the way up. And it hits floor 60, and then the doors open up, and it is another. This lobby is not the sad, depressing, stark white lobby floor. This is actually well furnished. Some would appear to be comfortable leather couches are there. And then there's a big glass, like huge, like glass wall where normally there'd be a receptionist desk there where a receptionist would be. There's no one there. There's like two little, like, there's glasses like cut out where doors are located in
Coffee
there.
maker.
Not where you're at currently. There's probably a coffee maker
bet
somewhere.
I was going to say, yeah, there could be a bar. Let's go.
Probably going to be a
Yeah.
Keurig.
There's got to be a Keurig somewhere.
Well, I'll lead the way out. I just step out,
Okay.
go past the receptionist desk.
Yeah. So you open it up. It's one of those like admittedly kind of cool glass doors, like where you pull it open, but like the hinge is like offset in there. So it's like it's opening up and there's like little gaps, on the side. I like those kind of doors. But so you walk in there and it's the same thing. The power supply is cut to this computer on this floor at the very least.
We'll grab another hard drive as long as it's not damaged.
Yeah, you can take it. And they're tiny in the future, so. And it's one of those things where there's a left and a right side, so you can kind of go around like a pincer shape, or you can both you can just go around one side, whatever you want to do, but most likely it's going to lead up to the same spot, so.
We've learned nothing. It's
Yeah.
that the doors will close on us when we're not expecting, so we should probably stay together.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys do that. You just walk around. There's like some, shitty motivational like posters or whatever on the sides of the walls.
Hang in there.
It's like biotech propaganda. It's real Monsanto up in here.
Biotech loves you.
And you guys, if you went to the pincer route, you guys just meet in the same spot. So it just leads there. And there's one more glass door that leads to a very large, spacious looking office with the big executive desk to go with it.
Is there a name,
A nameplate?
like a nameplate on the side of the wall or something?
A degree?
Not on the wall.
A sign that says, "Here was William Sinclair."
If you can see there is something on the desk, but you have to go into this big palatial office to.
Not like we can go back the way we came.
The nameplate just says Trevor.
Trevor.
Yeah,
It could literally be anyone named Trevor. He never told you his last name.
it's true. He just said Trevor.
Let's head in.
Head in. Okay, so you guys head on in there, and as you walk in, a big like spotlight looking thing up above kind of swirls down, and then a light turns on, and then a person materializes there.
A hologram.
Yes, it's a hologram, and yes, it is Mr. Sinclair. It's like, hello, crew of the Cosmic Orca and Extra.
His name's Trevor.
He's not.
I don't like this guy. I want to be an ass to him.
He's not part of the equation, but I guess he'll do.
What do you
Welcome
want?
to my office. I'm here to see if you are worthy of my experiments. I'm glad you fell for it. It's great. You guys are goody two shoes. I love it. Gotta save everyone.
You're the worst.
Thank you. And when he says that, after you say that, another big metal shutter. Actually, it's not even a shutter. Like the wall itself physically closes on the door you came in. Like I would welcome for a challenge for all of you. May the best person win. Hopefully you all survive. I would love to experiment on all of you.
Just let us know where to find you. We'll be right there.
Well, we'll see what happens if you make it. And then the hologram fizzles away.
Bye, Bill.
I like that.
Bye, Bill.
He's so Bill.
You just inflicted like 25 points of emotional damage. He's going to remember that. So as
Crossing out William and writing Bill.
as the hologram disappears, the desk, behind the desk, a huge tube kind of flies up, like an elevator type thing. And then the door of it opens up and, the dramatic, CO2 mist comes out.
Cool.
And a big hulking, probably easily 8.5 foot tall, 9 foot tall, just big fucking monster looking fella.
It's
Does
so
it look
big.
similar to some of the ones we've seen before?
It is different.
Okay.
Friendly? Or no?
Yes, his name's Sam.
Hi, Sam.
No, he is very mottled looking. Like he would normally have, at one point, would have had like a Caucasian complexion, but it is clearly seen better days. Very mottled looking. He has normal fists though. Very muscular, very meaty.
And huge.
Got a good 10-pack going.
Oh yeah. There's even like a little 11th one. Kinda, nudging.
Like a little tiny 11th.
Yep.
It's like
Oh, he missed the spot.
It is
balance it.
completely clothed though. Like it's wearing like a full, like weird, gross looking like suit armor-ish looking thing. It's not armor. And you can see something moving under it.
ugh.
Ew.
So,
Like a worm.
and it steps out. It's wearing big old boots. So its footfalls are loud. And it steps out and it looks at the five of you. You guys are getting flashbacks to the original planet, kind of the same situation. And we're going to go ahead and start fighting this thing.
Tuck and roll.
Fun.
So basically what's going to go is kind of like before, since it is 5-on-1. If you all five went at the same time, it is a bit unbalanced as far as an encounter goes. So it's going to be like before. I'm going to have one of you guys go, then it'll go, and so on and so forth. And the person to kick this combat off, actually, I'm going to use a D6 because there's technically 5 of you. No, I'm going to use a D4. I was going to slot Trevor in wherever. Squid, you get to start the combat.
Hooray.
So it hasn't reacted yet. So what would you like to do?
It's not armed. It's just like the
Yeah,
same
it's-
one just punches.
Yeah, it's good. As far as you can tell, that's what it's going to do.
Spread out. Commander, I think if you can get in close and draw its attention, the rest of us can flank around.
Sounds good.
And then I'll mark it with
Okay.
my visor and fire off at it.
Okay.
7, 10, 11, 12.
That hits.
Nice.
It's with an effect of 4, so you get 4 extra damage on that attack.
Wow.
23.
Okay. I mean, you hit it real good, but it's definitely kind of like when you fought the Steamboat Willie. It's like it's
Yeah.
definitely tanking some of that hit. So it's gonna go. You shot it.
Okay.
So
Can I like strafing's the right word? Can I move so that I'm gonna try to do is position myself on the other side of Kalen so that if it wants to go through me, it's got to go by him.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
Okay.
So what it does is it, roars, and it is going to just completely fucking knock the desk away. it just smashes against the shutters that went up on the windows that were behind it. Doesn't even make a dent on them. And it's going to charge at you, but you're using Kaylin as cover.
Literally. I mean, I've got faith in my commander.
Because of that, it is going to try and get through you to get to him. So it is going to try and smack you. Your shield's out, so not that mean.
Yeah.
You actually said you had your shield out at the start, so.
Yes.
So it will hit. So if you want to do the parry, you can. I got a 9, so it only succeeded by 1.
I will. Yeah, it's early in the game, so I'm going to parry.
Okay.
4.
Okay, so that's enough because that's you looked it up earlier, Paul. So it reduces the
I
amount
could look
that
at
it
it
hit by.
again. I feel like it might be more of a contested roll, but I lost it. I'll look it up and get back to you.
Okay, we'll just roll it the way we've been.
Okay.
And if it changes, then we'll change it later. But for now, we're just going to roll like this. So yeah, that's enough to turn it, so it doesn't hit you. So then we're just going to kind of go clockwise then. So unfortunately, that means it is you now, Paul. So
No, that's fine. I was going to run to the right side of the room away from that. And similar to Back on the Moon, I'm going to try to do a sort of a biology read on it to see if it looks like any weak point, if I can.
yeah, go ahead.
So that's
And we'll make it your intelligence.
intelligence
Yeah.
and biology. Okay, that's +4. That is a 11.
Okay. It's not like the other one where you could see like the big scar. This thing is completely covered up. If you had to guess, maybe the weird thing squirming underneath its clothes could be something.
Yeah, so I'll kind of call out. We noticed that, but I'll be like, everyone, I'm sure you've seen it, but there's something gross sort of throbbing beneath across it. I think that could be worth striking.
It's a much smaller target and it's a moving target, so it will be harder to hit.
Okay.
So it's going to go, and it's now because it realizes it can just kind of walk like past Kaylin. Now it is going to just basically try and hit you. But I will give it a little bit harder because it is trying to basically punch you through Kaylin. So it's not quite as easy. It's punching around Kaylin.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, Jesus. That actually misses. Not by much, but it does
Okay.
miss. So now Astrid.
I'm going to rifle it,
Okay.
and I'm going to aim for the worm.
Okay, so it's going to be so before, like when it was the target on the Tyrant, it was a +2 to make it 10 because this thing is about the same size, but it's moving. It's going to be a 12.
Okay. $13.
That's enough. That's barely enough.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your damage with an effect of 1.
$15.
And what's your armor piercing in?
6.
Okay. So I mean, you hit it. It's a good hit. But it definitely still tanks a good chunk of that damage. So,
Okay.
but I mean, it did. I mean, it's unhappy with that, and it's actually so unhappy with that that it turns to look at you, but it doesn't run up to punch you, and instead you see that you've now realized that this squirming thing doesn't actually seem to have like an end that you can tell.
Ew.
Like it's kind of just going perpetually around him.
It's a squirming ring.
Ew. God.
And
These scripters are awful.
it punches forward into the air, and then a fucking tentacle shoots out at you.
Oh.
Gross.
Can I react?
No. And that is going to be a 11, so that will hit. Now we're going to see if it damages you, though. Because you still have your, 14 armor or whatever?
Well,
Or damage reduction?
so we said it couldn't stack, right?
So your armor was different because you have the trench coat. That
Yeah.
stacks.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's that +6, and you had something else.
The cloth armor.
Yeah, you had the cloth armor, and then I think you had the Diplo vest. I think I was going to let you have that too. So
Okay.
armor was like 14, I think, altogether. It was him whose armor can't stack. 'cause of
Gotcha.
The combat
Okay.
armor. You just had the shield. All right, that is 16 on the damage. So
Okay.
it does
Take
ding you for
2.
2 on your endurance.
Right.
But of all the people to hit, you're the best one
Yeah,
to
I'm the-
hit because you are sturdy.
Sturdy gal.
And so that goes to Commander.
I've been trying to look for rules on this
Yeah.
because I have some incendiary grenades. Do they explode on impact, or are they time delayed?
I believe, let me see, because it's in the central supply catalog, if I remember correctly.
Because I found what the blast radius is and what damage it does, but I can't find its.
I think if it doesn't specify it, we can just choose.
Like they have a setting on it. Because that sounds like a future grenade.
Yeah, I would say that you could, because you just pick the button basically. Because it wouldn't have like a pin, like a normal grenade. It'd probably have like a button you would press.
Cool.
So yeah, if you want it to be instant, you can do that. Now it is still next to you. It did not actually leave your proximity. It shot a tentacle at her.
Got
it.
it.
Didn't actually move away from you.
Okay. Well, okay. That's cool. That's cool.
So don't grenade yourself.
Do not grenade myself. That would
I just want to tell you that before you did it, because I was like, haha, you just set yourself on fire.
Yeah.
I'm not that
no.
mean.
I was like, oh my gosh.
So improved combat armor is not fireproof.
No.
No. Okay. Well,
If anything, it's an oven.
Jeez.
in that case, I will go ahead and strike it with my static blade.
Excellent. Stab away.
I'm at a -1 because I did parry.
Right. You probably still hit though.
10, 9. I got a 9.
That still hits with an effect of 1. So
Okay. Effect of 1. 10, 16, 17, 18, 19. With
Damn.
AP6.
okay. So I mean, it's kind of the same boat. It definitely feels that, but it is still up and running essentially. And now you have damaged it. So as my combats tend to do, whoever hurts it the most is who it is going to swing at next. You're right there. So it is just going to give you a good old fashioned haymaker.
You got it.
It doesn't hit you though, so it doesn't matter. Trevor's going to go now. Trevor takes out his sword in a big dramatic flourish, and he runs up to this creature and slashes at it. He does hit it though. And
Go, Trevor, go.
oh, damn. So he really cuts into it, but it's still kind of like it's been doing. Like the armor piercing it's helpful because it is making this fight much easier for those that have it. But it's still, even with Trevor's, decapitato sword, it still tanked some of that damage regardless. It's not looking any worse for wear yet.
Tough.
But now Trevor's the one who's damaged it, so its attention turns to the NPC, much to everyone's happiness, I'm sure.
Good.
But because that's what NPCs really are. They're just meat shields. Ooh, he actually gets Trevor.
Go, Trevor.
If you die, I want your armor.
Yeah, it is cool armor.
It's very cool.
So it's a real dramatic moment. This thing just like turns around from facing you, and it just turns because Trevor stabbed it from behind. It turns and faces Trevor and just punches him. Oof. But it's that real dramatic, like he puts his arms up in time. But it still skids him back like 10 feet from just the force of the punch.
Superhero slide.
Yeah.
Back. I love
Why
it.
is this guy in anime?
This guy is
Yeah, right.
an anime character. I like him. I don't want to like him, but I like him.
Yeah. So, but
Wrists unscathed.
Right. The trench coat over the armor already is like in case his armor gets cold.
Perpetual 5 o'clock shadow.
so that's turn there. So it is back to Squid.
Okay. While this thing is distracted, I want to... 2 things. I want to tell Trevor, Trevor, try to cut the tentacle.
I'll do what I can.
And then I want to have Nelly scan the room. Is there anything that I want to try to hack into this room's system so that we can open some doors?
Well, boss, it's going to take me a little bit of time, but I think I might have found a terminal. So I'm going to go ahead and head into that, and I'll see what I can do.
Perfect. Thanks, Nelly.
You're welcome. We'll say that's a free action for that because you're just talking. Cool. Nelly's going to do that on its own. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I guess I can take a shot at it.
Sure.
Can't think of anything else. Oh, that's probably not going to hit. 8.
That's enough to hit. That's just, there's no effect damage to it, so it's just going to be a raw damage roll.
Thank you. Auto tracking. 14.
Okay. You kind of plink it.
Yeah.
But the lack of armor piercing is definitely showing its downside. You get hit it every time, but and you actually didn't damage it as much still as Trevor has.
Okay.
So what it's going to do now is kind of a thing that I kind of had to, I did a little bit of reading on, is it's actually going to do 2 attacks, but it kind of reduces a penalty when you do that. Because don't forget, you have auto fire.
I was literally looking up the same thing right now.
So this is a little bit different because this isn't a gun, but auto and stuff like that is still a fun thing to have. So this is basically, it's going to attack twice, but it's going to have a small penalty basically to each attack because it is going to launch a tentacle at Trevor, but then also another one back at Astrid.
No.
Has multiple tentacles.
Fortunately, the one on Astrid does not hit.
Okay. Hiya.
Oh, no. But the one on Trevor does. Be very good. I decided to hit you first because this is what I rolled.
No.
And that's before
gosh.
the stats.
Well, he definitely has better armor than me. So
it is very exceptional on that.
I was just kidding. I don't want you to die. You're cool.
Good news is the dice I rolled was really low.
Nice.
But so it is not able to, it was trying to grapple both of you actually with those. But the damage was low enough that it didn't actually hit Trevor, even with like I'm not going to tell you what the effect damage was.
Thanks.
But even with that, it actually wasn't enough to get through Trevor's armor. So
no grapple?
No grapple this time. Actually, it's with that penalty I gave actually probably helped with that. So it did its thing. So we are back to
me.
Esther.
All right, I'm going to sort of dodge right, and I forgot my stunner has 10 meters. I'm like, I don't know how this works, but because I don't think the stun pistol is going to hit or do anything. So I'm going to try to stun him from afar, which is just to reduce the endurance.
Right.
So do I try to hit first?
Yes, you need a roll to do. Yeah, you need to roll.
This is just a flat roll to hit.
Pretty much.
It's got to beat an 8 probably.
Yes.
I got an 11.
Nice.
That'll do. And that's with an effect of 3. So.
Okay. So then 3D to deplete the endurance. That is pretty good again. 15.
Okay. I mean, it zaps him. It's a really good thing that no one got grappled because probably that would
have electrocuted.
So, which probably would have changed your tactic if that was the case. It did something to him. It didn't like that.
It's working its way down. It may take a few shocks. I also did look up parrying, and the way we've been doing it's pretty broken. So the actual way is it's your melee score. So for me, I can't really ever parry because it's 0.
Okay.
But Kaylin has like a 1 or a 2.
I've got a 2 in me.
So you can use parrying to reduce it by 2. And you actually don't have to roll. It's an automatic success, but then you take the 1 penalty. So it's only useful if they hit you by like 9
Okay.
or 10.
That's interesting.
It's still not bad, though.
Good to know.
Well, since you have now become the one that dealt the most damage to it,
Uh-oh.
Damage. It was just shocking.
it still didn't like it.
Pricked him. Oh no. Where are you in relation to everybody?
He said he ran to the right.
I ran to the right by the wall.
Well, let's do in the tentacle motion again.
Slurp, slurp.
So it
Oh no.
Shield's up, right?
Yes, my shield is out.
it tentacles you.
No.
17.
So 1.
Okay.
So that means it hits, though.
Yes.
So am I grappled?
No, you're not grappled. It was more like being punched. Like a really focused punch. But that's its turn.
Tentacle used focus punch.
Focus punch.
That just made my day.
Just wait until I start close combating you guys. Then you're all fucked.
No.
But
So many Pokemans references. I love it.
Me?
Astrid, you're
Okay,
up.
so I want to try something. You can tell me if this isn't something we can do,
See what
but it
happens.
involves Trevor.
Okay.
So I want to shoot because there's glass around us, right?
Well, it's shuttered.
Never mind. This wasn't going to work.
No, he's working on that.
You're going to try and have Trevor use his abilities to throw him out the window?
I was going to shatter the glass and have him control all the glass shards.
Anime combo attack.
Yes.
I mean, you still could anime combo attack. Do you want to hold your action to do a big X attack, like Chrono Trigger style?
Yeah. Like Frog and Chrono?
Yes.
That's okay. If Nolly can get the shutters up, then I will definitely do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and get a headshot with my my sniper.
Do it. That'll just be a 10 difficulty for that for a targeted shot. So
Nope, 7.
yeah, I don't think your mark would help with that either. So okay.
Right.
Well, now it's now it's conflicted, so it's got a few choice targets. So because of who has recently damaged it, it's actually been a little bit, I think, since Caitlin. It's only been a round, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll count. We'll actually say you're 1. No, because she didn't damage it this time. It's been a little bit since she heard it. Because you did it last round, so you'll be 1, 2,
I had a little
3.
bit.
Trevor's 4. So you are getting
Yay.
targeted. So
Hooray.
doesn't get you though. Yes. It was doing another tentacle shot at you. It's starting to realize maybe it should stop doing that, but it is not nearly as good at that as it is at punching things. But the good news is that's its turn. So, Kaylin,
Okay.
you're up.
So I looked up dual wielding.
Okay.
I'm
You
so
have your
excited.
cutlass still?
So is the static blade a two-handed?
I don't think it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was a one-handed weapon.
Because you have a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to de-expand my shield
Okay.
and take out my cart pistol.
Oh, that kind of dual wielding.
Okay.
I like it.
Swashbuckling.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, I can let you do that.
I was in the Navy. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Pirates.
the rules did say it's so basically I could do 2 attacks, but it said DM -2.
So it basically means it's whatever you roll, subtract 2 from.
Okay. And is that so as GM, is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So as I'm
Get a little closer.
how far is the monster from me?
Oh, you can run up to him easily.
Cool. So as I'm walking up to him, I've got my blade over my gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm really cool speed walking up while shooting my cart pistol.
he's so
7.
commandery.
How much?
7
For the hit?
for the hit.
Nope.
Okay. So I'm missing. And then I go up with my static blade.
Sure.
Oh no.
Another 7.
Nope, doesn't hit.
Okay.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I'd be like,
looked
you looked
cool.
really cool.
Right, the dice said no, but that is the thing you could do.
Yeah.
That is absolutely the thing I will let you do. Though now because you're up front with it and you tried to do something really impressive that failed, now we're going to see if it takes pity on you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not going to attack you because you didn't hurt it. So
Okay.
But I will say it's been enough rounds now that it is pretty much just a wild card on who's going to get attacked next, with the exception it will not hit you because I just said it's not going to attack you. So okay. Be a real asshole move of me otherwise. So Trevor will just take your place basically in the number count. And it's going to try and hit Astrid. So
let's go.
This time it does run up to try and punch you.
Oh, God. Okay.
That will hit. Good news is not for like a lot. That is exactly 14, which I believe is your armor. So
yes.
You feel it though.
Yeah, that didn't feel good.
No, that
Not
felt
great.
real bad. So that will go to Squid.
Any luck on getting into that system, Nelly?
Well, I'm working on it. I'm almost in there.
When you can get in, I got two things I want you to work on: opening the shutters and hacking that hologram.
Well, okay. Shutters first, I suppose.
Please and thank you.
Okay. I love the
He's so
juxtaposition
polite.
of that. Yeah.
And I guess I shoot at it. I don't know. There's nothing. It smashed that desk.
It did. Well, it shoved it away. Like the desk is still in one piece, though.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way over to that. Is it close enough that I can get there?
Yeah.
What was on the desk, if anything?
Pens, a sign that said William Sinclair.
No computer.
No computer on this one.
No photos.
No photos. No,
There
no
is
pictures
one
of
photo.
his family.
Yeah, there's one photo of a beagle.
People.
It's a dog guy.
That certainly won't come back as a nightmare later.
I know. It's gonna be an evil dog.
Do not.
All right. I guess I'll just kind of take cover behind the. How does the auto work again?
So basically, you can either do 4 separate or whatever your auto score is. You can do that many attacks, I believe.
Okay.
Or you can just add 4 damage to it. But I believe the attacks are separate when it's auto like that. I could be incorrect on that part, though.
Oh, I've been doing my smart checker wrong. I'm just gonna do it the same way for now, and I'll look up and figure out how I think I've been doing it wrong. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot at it. 8, 9, 10, 13.
Yeah, you hit with an effect of 5. So
Okay. Not that much on the damage though. Just 9.
okay, that doesn't do anything at all this time.
Oh.
It's getting a little more confidence. It's going to try and tentacle you again.
Okay.
But you're hiding behind the desk. So it's a little harder.
behind
to
a
hit.
desk.
It's only worked once before, but who knows?
Yeah, it didn't work this time. You're going to demoralize it after a while. Trevor is going to attack it because I actually forgot about him. And
He gets to do things.
Trevor does hit it.
Nice. Did he swipe at the tentacle like I asked him to?
Tentacle retracted too quick.
Oh,
Like
gotcha.
it's like...
That's so gross.
And Trevor does a good cut into it. It's actually starting to show a little bit of an effect.
Getting a little tired.
Not that, but it is looking like it's actually starting to get hurt. And it's going to attack Trevor. Because Trevor just hit it. So, and he does get hit. Ooh, and he actually takes a little damage that time. You can tell that while his armor absorbs some of it, he's definitely going to feel that for sure. He actually did get wounded with that maneuver. So now we're back to Aster.
All right. I'm going to try to stun it again from across the room.
Okay.
So, flat roll to hit. 8.
That'll hit.
Nice.
And that is 9 more reduced from an endurance.
Okay.
Wow.
It sizzles a bit. This actually does seem to slow it down just a little. But now it is going to try to punch you.
Punch.
It's running across the room, so this is good, though. We're keeping it moving.
And it will hit you.
No.
A 16.
That's exactly my armor.
Okay, so you don't take it, but you feel it.
Yeah. The shield goes up between us.
Yeah, you feel your arms. Zzz.
Oh, God.
I feel like it's like pushing me up against the metal wall, and it's like bending behind me.
Ooh.
Astrid.
Gonna try and sniper it again.
Okay.
Now that I feel like it's in front of me and I'm behind it. Just that's kind of what I'm.
Yeah.
Like his back is toward you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Still a 2 on that for roll 2. That's funny.
12.
That hits with an effect of 4. So,
Okay.
were you headshotting it though? Or just a body shot?
Just body shot.
Okay, then that's 4. It's a little bit more damage.
Oh, nice.
16.
Okay. It actually sways a little bit with that shot.
Gotcha.
But it's not down for the count yet. So,
Right.
you guys are basically playing pinball with this thing at this point. So now it's giving up on the tentacles and it is just running up to punch you.
Just chipping away.
And it does hit.
Me.
Yes.
Okay.
$17.
All right. 3. Take 3.
Okay. Like I said, best one to get punched. You have the most endurance.
Yeah, I'm fine still.
That'll go back to Kaylin.
Okay. Well, shooting and swinging didn't work, so this time I'm going to swing and then shoot. So I'm running up to it. I swing my static blade. It's at a -2 again.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, this is 6.
All right. Yeah, that doesn't it.
The blade didn't work, but then I conveniently 360 that miss into
360 no scope.
Yeah,
Yes.
360 no scope into the gun. I'm not even looking at him. I'm looking at the ground.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Okay, finally. 10. So this is a 10, 12, 13.
Okay, that succeeds with an effect of 5.
Okay, and so
My commander's more anime than
this
you, Trevor.
pistol
Yeah.
just says 4d6,
Okay.
but no AP.
Okay. So we'll just see what the damage is.
14.
And that's with the 5 from the effect damage.
No, 19.
Okay. I don't know what the hell just happened there. So it, you did go, I mean, I can say what the AP is or its damage reduction is, but I mean, it staggers a little bit again.
Okay.
And it is going to take its turn to punch you.
This guy's sturdy too.
And it hits you.
Okay.
And your shield's not out anymore.
No.
But you have your fancy pants combat armor. So
My combat armor has protection 17.
it's a good thing you have it because I just rolled 20 damage on you.
Whoa.
Okay. So I'm taking 3.
You'll take 3.
Not bad considering,
Yes.
but scary.
So Trevor will go because that's just his thing. He just goes after you on the clock. He does get it with his sword. Ooh, he gets it really good with his sword. This thing's looking rough now. Trevor actually sliced off more of its face than was already missing.
Trevor, why are you always going for the face, dude?
Usually that's what takes these things out. Most
one move.
most things you take off the head, they stop moving.
You're taking off its face.
I missed. So Nelly gets back to you, Squid, on your turn, saying, well, boss, I figured out the way to turn on. I can open the front door, but I don't know where the shutters are for the windows, but I can at least get the door open again.
Awesome. Thank you. Can you go ahead and open that for me?
He does, and it opens up.
We got a way out, guys.
Would you like to shoot it?
Yeah, I'm
Monster.
gonna do the auto.
Okay.
Mine.
I found the rules finally.
I did find it. It took
For which?
For parrying, I actually get a 1.
You get a one?
nice.
Okay.
Because I was confused by it. It said your skill is 0. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
Why tell me it's 0, but I get a +1.
Okay, cool.
So I can still parry.
Cool.
All right, so mine has an auto 4.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I make
that would
4
do-
attacks. Because it says you make a number of attacks equal to the auto score. These
Yeah.
attacks can be made against separate targets, as long as they're within 6 meters of one another.
Yeah, so you can make 4 attacks, I believe.
Okay.
You expend
It's like 3 times the ammo.
3 times the ammo, so make sure you have the ammo to pull off 4 attacks.
I have just enough to do that, and then a shot afterwards.
All right. Do it. You don't get your aim bonus anymore,
Right,
but you
right.
get 4 attacks.
Right.
So
Good God.
10 for the first one.
that'll hit with an effect of 2.
12, or no, 10 for the second one.
That'll also with an effect of 2.
9 for the third,
An effect of 1.
and 6 for the
That one will miss.
Okay.
So
3 hits.
go ahead and roll your damage and just multiply it by 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then we'll add all
Oh,
the effect.
boo. Can we sure want to do that?
What'd you get?
15 total.
15?
I just rolled 2 ones.
2 ones. Yeah, just roll the other attacks. Then,
Okay,
so
cool.
I was hoping you're going to roll higher.
Yeah, I was too. So the first one was a 5.
All right,
Second one is a 9.
Okay.
And third one is a 12.
Okay. It slumps down to its knees, but it's still standing. Well, it slumps down to one knee. Like it just kind of like,
Okay, I was like, wait. How can it be on its knees
so-
and stay?
but still up. Is
still
what I mean.
alive.
Yeah, it's not dead. But it means it can't run around anymore.
Nice.
So what it's going to do, though, it has to now rely on its very effective tentacle weapon.
So effective.
And because you're the one who just knocked it down, Squid,
Yep, that's fair.
it finally hit.
No, I was doing so good. I was getting cocky.
Your hubris. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Am I gonna die?
It's a good thing you have that armor.
Yeah,
Vasquez saved your life.
that's because
19
ouch
damage before your armor.
That comes out of endurance first.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's only 5. You only take 5.
What's your
No,
What's your
the
armor?
armor's 11.
11, but you still have your Diplo vest underneath everything.
Oh,
so
you said I can still
14.
count the Diplo?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so then it goes up to 14.
It's my armor that doesn't stack with the.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just him.
Okay.
Or else you'd have like 47 armor.
And you said 19 total.
Yeah, it was 19 before that, so you're taking 5.
5. Jeez. Squid lets out a gasp. Just rolls around.
But Aster, it's your turn now. So
Yes, no, I'm going to rev up the stunner and try to just sort of finish it, knock it out, really, not kill it, but knock it out.
all right.
Just kind of like ring, ding, 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 and nope, that's 5.
Okay, so it doesn't do anything. So it is still just really pissed off at Squid.
Yep.
So you're now getting pummeled.
Well, time out.
Don't worry, it's back to missing, so you're fine.
Okay.
But the door's open now, right?
Door's open.
Okay.
So it's just on its knees, but you feel like it probably can get back up if you don't at least try and knock it down the rest of the way. So it's your turn.
I'm going to get my sword out
Okay.
and try and like chop its leg off or something.
Sure.
Okay. 8?
Plus your
Oh, wait,
strength,
sorry. Yeah.
strength and melee, whatever you have in that.
11.
11. Yeah, that's enough to hit it in the leg. So go ahead and roll your damage and to see what happens.
Oh, God. $13.
Okay. So I mean, you definitely get it in the leg. But you kind of like you skid a little bit and you kind of hit it more in the midsection area. But the force of it, it's down now.
Okay.
Like, and at the moment, it is not moving,
Okay. He gone.
Not an amputation.
but not an amputation.
Okay. Yeah.
But there's a
Went for
big,
the
like-
leg, got him in the stomach, you know.
Yeah.
Oops.
Trevor sees his opportunity.
Now Trevor is just kind of like, the fuck was that? And then the hologram comes back on.
I turn it off.
Nelly hadn't got there yet. Nelly's working on the shutters.
Dang.
You're just like, nope.
I really wanted to. Just like, now we're done with you.
Congratulations, crew of the Cosmic Orca. You have succeeded. You better hurry, though. Time's a running.
great.
Billy, you're the worst.
Did you call him Willie?
Billy.
Billy, yeah.
Oh, you see a twinge on his face when he hears that name said, and
You're gonna regret this, Bill.
like, fine. Then you have 15 minutes to get out of here.
Or what?
You hear an explosion
Yep,
kind of
there it
go
is.
off in the distance. Yes.
Can I shoot the light that's
Yeah, you can.
okay?
You
Yeah.
expend a bullet, and then it simmers out, and it's like that doesn't turn off the audio.
This son of a bitch.
Let's antagonize later. Let's just
Yep,
get
let's go. Let's go.
Elevator's there.
Climbing kit.
60
Yeah, climbing kit.
floors. You were on the 60th floor.
No, just jam the sword in and just slide.
Oh, we're just that's what Trevor's gonna
It
do.
is absolutely what Trevor.
No, Trevor goes in the elevator with you guys. to
I'm
go back
picturing
down.
like the Toy Story 2 scene with Buzz Lightyear and Zurg in the elevator.
No. That's sad.
But as the doors close on the elevators, you guys are getting in there because you're going to go down. You see the thing that you were just fighting starts to get up.
Yeah, we didn't see it die.
Not
Door closed, door closed.
Yeah, the door closes as you see it kind of like moving its hands to like start pushing itself off the ground.
Ew.
Can I start firing my car pistol?
The door closes in the elevator.
Oh, it closed. Okay.
No, wait, no.
I'm glad I'm not that
Not how
mean.
physics works.
We're all dead.
You'd be deaf, that's for sure.
Yeah, we absolutely would.
Say the elevator speedily gets down, so you have like 14 minutes to get off there now. But as it's going down, Trevor goes, I can't seem to get in contact with my ship anymore.
Uh-oh. HK, come in. HK, come in.
Greetings.
Everything going on all right over there?
I've killed several more undead meat bags. Also, the strange armored fellow ship exploded.
Oh, were people inside?
No, they were not. They were too busy looking at the cosmic orca.
Okay.
Trevor, your ship exploded, and I have no idea how. HK, how did it explode? What happened?
A rocket landed on top of it, then it exploded.
Did he hear that?
Where did the rocket come from, HK?
Yes. The sky.
Okay, not from him.
Thank you for clarifying that.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, the only reason I think the orca has been spared is that he wants what's on it.
That makes sense.
We got to get back now. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Let's move.
Okay. So yeah, the elevator finally gets to the ground floor. The shutters are all down now, so you can just run out the building. So as you're running, a building nearby just kind of blows up. But it's far enough away that you guys, you get a little staggered a bit because it's an explosion. But nothing bad happens to you, fortunately. But it's still a good, even running, it's still, it took you about 15, 20 minutes to get to this part. But if you were walking though, but if you run, that will cut some of the time down. As you're going, a car that was kind of derelict. It was on its side, so it was clearly fucked. It wasn't a nice car. It was a bad car.
Okay.
It does explode,
Jeez.
and it kind of flies up in the air in that real dramatic Hollywood fashion.
Amazing.
Well,
Not amazing. It's coming towards us.
Amazing when we get damage.
yeah, it's coming at you,
Okay.
but as it's coming, everything suddenly stops.
Trevor.
No, even he's not moving.
Wait, everything. Oh, yes.
Like the fire's not moving anymore. Nothing is happening.
Okay.
Are
And
we
you
still moving?
You guys are not. The four of you, the only one who can still react is you.
And you're pointing at Kalen.
Yes, I'm pointing at Kaylin. And you do hear a very familiar voice that you have not heard in a long time say, really wish that it didn't have to end like that.